fired up. Another great day to be alive. So much better than the alternative. Like I said to those that were here a little bit earlier, hopefully you got your notepad, you got a pen. We've got a couple of fantastic presenters that are going to do our training today. I'll introduce here in just a second. Wanted to give you guys a few different updates. We are moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. You're going to see a new version of our website later this month, more representative of an e-commerce subscription company, as opposed to just a fuel tab company. We are not getting rid of the fuel tabs. We love that product. That is a world-class product with technology that won the Nobel Prize. But we're going to offer other things to help you guys grow your business as soon as we possibly can. And the feedback and the results on the people that have tried our products, our new products that are coming out, have been off the charts. I know that there's been some concerns about shipping, and I wanted to give you an update on that. Actually, totally our fault. Now, we did say in the back office when we did our glutathione promo with the WOW bonus promo that it might take 1 to 2 weeks. It should not have taken 1 to 2 weeks to get that product shipped out the door. We, in our hurry and haste to just get it done quickly and work on getting it done for the event, we actually printed the labels for WOW and they were wrong. They had some wrong information on them. So then we reprinted the labels for WOW, and sure enough, wrong again. Didn't get caught moving the check, and so we apologize. Those labels have been printed. They've been printing and stamping, and they're going to be stamping those bottles all weekend. And Monday and Tuesday, you're going to start to see all your products leave. The glutathione is in the warehouse, but it didn't make sense to ship the 5 packs for glutathione until we had the WOW, so we didn't have to do the shipping twice. So you will start to see those products come. And if you've heard the early feedback on the products, off the charts, amazing, fantastic. Glutathione, oh my gosh. So I just took about a month and a half off. I had some injuries. I'm a runner, and the hardest thing is getting back to running, which I just started this week. And I was very nervous because I like to run long distances, and you just, at my age, get really sore. It really hurts. You know, the next day, that night, you're just like, oh, I can't get out of bed. The glutathione and its ability to help me recover and bounce back. I ran 6 miles yesterday, which was my longest run so far. I feel great. It's off the charts. Love the product. Its ability to help you fight off illnesses, aches and pains, inflammation. You guys are going to love the glutathione. Now, as cool and as exciting and fabulous the glutathione is, many of you are going to start getting your sample bottles of WOW. And oh my gosh, wow, that is what everybody says when they try it. We just had another lady that tried it. This lady is was a former Olympic athlete in is it Taekwondo, martial arts. I'm pretty sure it's Taekwondo. She's a little bit older now. And she said, look, I've always tried to stay fit. I've always tried to stay healthy. But now that I'm in my 70s, I just can't lose weight. I've tried for years. I feel like I've put on a little bit of extra weight. And she tried WOW. And at first, she's at another company. She's actually one of the top distributors in another company. She's like, I can't leave my company. I make too much money. I've been here too long. I can't leave. But she lost like 5 pounds her first week. And she's like, okay, well, maybe, you know, maybe I can, maybe we'll think about it, you know, and now it's week 2 and she's now lost 10 pounds. She said, screw the other company. I'm all in. And that's actually, I'm going to go to breakfast. I'm actually at a breakfast meeting here right now. So good things come to those that wait. I'm just giving you an update on the product. The products are shipping. If you could mute your phones, if you have an open mic, that is not acceptable. The products are all shipping this upcoming week. If you haven't tried them yet, get excited. They're amazing. And when you use them in combination, you're going to see some amazing results because glutathione makes all of your action work better. So the WOW will work better if you're taking it with the glutathione and the boost. So that's fantastic. That'll be on its way. We have some guest trainers today. And I always tell you, earners are learners. And you want to surround yourself with people that are better than you. You always want to look to get better. You want to find good mentors, and you want to learn from all those around you. And I have the privilege of really working close. We've got Billy, Billy Anderson on the call, and Ivan Cisco. And Bill has been very close to corporate, comes to our corporate offices several times a week. He helped us produce and come out with this glutathione boost product, but he's also made millions of dollars in this industry working from home. And so we have the privilege of learning from one of our outstanding top leaders and his cohort, Ivan. I don't know as well, but I got to spend some time with him at our convention. Super sharp. He's built huge organizations around the world. Very just down to earth, easy to talk to. He's a social media expert. And so I'm going to turn it over to the experts and let them take it away. So I will mute myself out. Bill, why don't you fire up, man? Bill? There you are.
Hey, Bill, you're muted, man.
Hear me now?
You're good.
Got to push that little button on the mic. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to see everybody. I am happy to be here and to, on a Saturday morning, be able to participate and share a few thoughts with you. I asked Ivan to do this with me because Ivan and I have, while we've known each other, Ivan's known Lori for twice as long as I have, I think, or maybe longer, and has become an extraordinary friend. But he's not just a friend, he's a pro in this industry. So Ivan and I had thought we'd do something fun with you guys today. That as Lance introduced us, we've been around this industry some, we've had some opportunity to have some successes. But when you start talking about teams and you start talking about what we do and you start talking about leadership, it's important to get to some fundamentals. And so what we really wanted to do is spend some time on 4 fundamentals. We'll move through these very quickly, but you may want to take some notes. Here's what we're going to talk about in those 4 fundamentals. First of all, we're going to start the question by, you have to believe in, number 1, you have to believe in your company, or excuse me, you have to believe in your industry, the industry that we're in. You have to believe in your company. You need to believe in systems, and you need to believe in you. We're going to talk about those 4 things. So we're going to start with Ivan. I'm going to jump right over. Ivan Cisco. Ivan's done extremely well, had lots of great successes in this industry, knows the industry well. Ivan, tell us why believing in the industry is such a big deal.
Well, thank you, Bill. Really appreciate that. And thank you, Lance, for having the courage to start a new company. Certainly not the easiest thing to do. And I think it's really important to prepare the field to know that we are in a startup. We're in a little baby company that's going to grow and go through some challenges like any good company, but grateful to be here. So thank you both. Network marketing, I like to call it a profession these days because it's like anything. If you take it seriously, you can get serious results. But let's back up a step because Bill's going to wrap this up talking about your belief in you. And, you know, we're here to talk about your belief. And I think when we think about belief, everything really starts with a decision. And the decision that you make has to be more than just words. I think you know what I mean. Some of you know somebody in your life that has said they're going to do something and they never really did it. So they didn't really honor their word. So when you make a decision that you're going to, let's say, build a business with Govi, your words have to mean something. Maya Angelou once said that your words are things. And the first time I heard that, it really stuck home with me because your words are actually things. What you're saying matters so much. So your belief in network marketing as a profession, see, network marketing as a profession is not on trial. Your belief in the profession might be, just like we're going to talk about your belief in the company Govi, your belief in systems, the belief in yourself. So when we look at network marketing as a whole, and I'll just touch on it, The latest numbers I could find last night, looking real quick, and years ago I used to be, participate and pay attention to, all the information of what every company's doing and the top leaders. And I learned over time, a lot of that information is not really accurate. But what I found last night, just doing a simple Google search, this industry does somewhere around $200 billion a year. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. $200 billion a year. And there's some companies, several of them, that do over $1 billion a year or multiple billions of dollars each year. So again, the industry is not on trial, but maybe your belief is, all right? The industry's practiced in over 100 plus countries all over the world. And a funny story, I was looking at some old slides the other day as Lori and I were putting together a little slide presentation for our team. And this particular slide was from 10 or 15 years ago, and the industry was doing around 100 billion a year, okay? So the industry's grown dramatically. When I think about that, to another point today, there's lots of six-figure earners all over the world. There's seven-figure earners all over the world in many different companies. You could find everything from legal services to financial services to health and wellness to cell phone, internet. You could find pretty much everything under the umbrella of network marketing. So again, it's not on trial, but maybe your belief of the profession is. So I remember back when I had my first success in network marketing, that was around 2005. And up here in Atlantic, Canada, where I live, which is a smaller populated part of our country, there weren't many six-figure earners. There was only some of us. And today, literally, I believe there's hundreds from all different companies in this little part of the world. Maybe where you live, there's many, many more. So number one point today was to make the point that network marketing is not on trial. Maybe your belief is. So it's really important that you make a decision to understand our profession, understand what you're part of, so that you know when you invest your time, your good earned time, you're part of something that can be sustainable for a really long time. So Bill, over to you to talk a little bit about the belief in Go.
Yeah, thank you, Ivan. That's great. I remember the first time, just very quickly, that I entered the network marketing space. I had been in what I thought was a very prestigious industry, the insurance industry, and I was a professional, and I was all of this and all of that. And I was I live here in Galactic headquarters of network marketing, and so I used to watch watch those with the people. And I remember when I had made the shift from insurance to network marketing, that was a conscious choice. So that's a big deal, guys, that you got to be mindful of that, because it's very real. Okay, next thing. Excuse me. You have to believe in your company. This is really, really important. There's a lot of you that don't have the blessing of being able to be in the presence of Lance and Burke and Angel. And I've known these guys for years and years and years. I know what they're like when they're not doing network marketing. I know that I've watched Angel, as an example, serve and give. Angel's the kind of guy that would go down to his restaurant or go downtown, and he would come home naked if he could give his shoes away, if he could give his socks away, if he could serve them and give them the food in his car or go get some. Angel's just that guy. Angel believes in people. It's extraordinary to me. Lance and Burke have been contributors to this industry, and between them done some really amazing things, served tremendous people, have great families. I watch how they treat their spouses and other people around them. I watch what it's like when we're just eating at lunch and they tip someone or they do the things they do. You have to believe in the people that you're doing business with. Now, these are all men who are humans. They're distributors by nature, or prospecting individuals. They're learning to be corporate executives. But they're humans and they do things. Lance talked about it. I love his vulnerability. He talked about it earlier. Hey, we misprinted some labels. We missed it. We screwed up. We're in a startup company that owns its reality. And I love that about them. You need to understand the people you're working with. You need to understand Justin. You need to understand these folks. So coming and being part of events, being part of calls, and being part of each other makes a difference. but we are in a solid relationship. Part of the reason I said yes was because I knew them already. The other reason that I said yes originally was the product. Many of you have heard my story. I've known about this product for many, many, many years. I might be one of the older users of the product, over 20 years long ago, in the 55-gallon drum before they created pills. I know it. And I also, as you know, as you've heard, have been in love with glutathione for a very long time. I know what it is. I've been able to visit with many of the chemists and the scientists. You have to believe in this. You have to believe in the concept of glutathione. You got to believe in the concept of my weight or the releasing fat matters. You got to believe in these kinds of things. And if you do, it's a whole lot easier to get your head around the company. But it goes to one last piece. It goes to not just in the company, the people, the product, but it's extraordinarily important that you understand the comp plan. If you believe in this comp plan, and let's get real, you can make money, as Ivan pointed out, we're in a multi-hundred zillion dollar industry, right? You can make money clearly in lots of companies, agreed? You've all made money. I made money in other companies. You can make money in lots of different comp plans. But this comp plan is extraordinary. You need to understand it. You need to believe in it. If you believe in it, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to truly engage and to share with other people the power of, hey, I'm in the right place. Hey, I got the right product. This is something that you need, can use, and it will make a difference. And this comp plan will pay you. You have to find those pathways in your own mind. That's part of the decision. So it's really, really critical that we get our heads around that. So, okay, Ivan, we've reviewed our industry's awesome. We can make the decision to come in. Company is extraordinary. We're growing like crazy. We have 2,400 or 24,000 plus people. We're around $7 million of sales. We're headed for an amazing future. Now what?
So systems, right? And the environment. I think everything's conducive of your environment, whether you have a poor environment or a positive environment or a productive environment. Our environment's huge, and everything starts with that environment, is the environment of the company, right? And I love that. I had a chance as well to meet Lance's wife. Just wonderful, right? Good people. I had a chance to meet one of your daughters, and just beautiful people, and much of the leadership around the company, and the chance to fellowship and break bread and spend time together. The environment is really important. So when we think about systems, here's a really important piece of that, is that the fundamentals haven't changed. The fundamentals of this profession have been around for a really long time. How we deliver those fundamentals, that has changed because of technology, right? And some of the ways that many people used to build the business doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that there's other ways to deliver those messages through your system. So we got to take it back again. Everything starts with you and your belief. So if you believe in the profession, if you believe in our company, now if you're new or you're skilled, you've got to always have an open enough mind to be willing to learn something, right? I think when we stop learning, we actually start to die. I did a post about that the other day, and it's been on my mind, is that when we stop moving forward, we're not just stopping, we're actually moving backwards. So when it comes to skill sets and fundamentals, if you're not having the success that you want, it's just a matter of learning some of the fundamentals, right? Creating a new skill set. So when I think about systems, there's so many different fundamentals, if you will, and we think about a system. So everything starts with you. So think about that. Your circle inside of this business, it starts with you. Whatever you do, I want you to catch this. Whatever you do or whatever you do not do will duplicate in your business. So for example, if being on this call is important to you, as you build a team, you'll teach your team that it's important to be on this call, right? So when we think about systems, there's different systems. There's the ATM systems. You could be using Zoom. You have a toolbox of tools that you can use. How you do a three-way call, whether you do it, from your phone or if you're doing it on Messenger. So we have this toolbox of tools that we want to use and teach and duplicate. So when you have brand new people on your team, you need to buy into a system. And if you're not the expert, I strongly encourage you to plug into whoever your upline leader is, the system that they're using, find somebody that's having real success and model their behaviors, right? So whatever you want more of, we got to look at what's your daily method of operation. That's on you. What's your daily method of operation? What's your weekly method of operation? So for example, this is part of my weekly method of operation of being on this call, right? What's your monthly method of operation? What's your quarterly method of operation? So you've got to have a method of operation to create an environment to move yourself and your organization forward. So whatever you want more of, do more of it. If you want more personal, growth happening in your team, read more books and let the people in your organization know about them. Be on these calls. If you want more people to be invited to a group or invited to look at a tool, invite more people. It starts with you. If you want more three-way calls happening, if that's a struggle inside of your organization, start teaching it and doing it first yourself. You want to have more people at the next event. It starts with you by signing up first. Being an example, the whole word of leadership, it's gotten tiresome to me. It's really tough to find good leaders. I think it's way more beneficial to find good examples. Who are the people that are good examples? They do what they say that they're going to do. They actually practice what they preach. It's so important. Everyone talk leader this, leader that. That's all fine and good. Just do what you say you're going to do. And sometimes you got to unlearn some things to learn some new things, to make room to learn some new things. And so if whatever you're doing doesn't seem to be working, that's where you got to really have the courage to open your mind enough to accept whatever information the people that are having success can teach you to actually do. So that's a little bit about systems. We didn't dive too deep, but just the concept is really important. Systems are everything. If you want to create leverage and build a large organization, it's not just about how hard you work. It's about how hard you work smart, doing the correct activities. It's like coaching. You have coaches, right? If they're coaching you stuff and it's not the right stuff, well, that's not always a good thing. So I'll wrap up on that. Back to you, Bill. And this is the most important part. It really comes down to you as a person and who you're willing to become to earn and build the type of business you want to build.
Thanks, Ivan. I totally agree. I think that just one comment about systems. I think that sometimes we have an unconscious habit, if we've come from sales or been a highly trained salesperson in other industries, we have a tendency to rely upon ourselves instead of relying upon systems or relying upon the ability to duplicate. You need to remember that as your people are watching you, your team are watching you, the people around you are watching you, if you are standing up being the super voice, the super salesman, the super closer, the super everything, you will create a small kingdom that will essentially turn into adult daycare at some point, because your entire team will just rely on you to do everything, sell everything, be the voice, be everything. The objective, as Ivan pointed out, is to hand that off, to create additional leaders, to create thousands of thousandaires. That means they all need to be running their own business. So everybody in your team needs to be focusing on these things if you're in a state of development of leadership. And that's where this last piece comes into it. What do I believe about me? What do I believe about myself and how I behave? Many of you that heard me from the stage at our event heard me ask a question. Do you believe in the concept of as a man thinketh, so is he? Don't mean to leave the ladies out, but that comment, do you believe what do you believe about yourself? And I believe I'd like to take a little bit of twist on that momentarily, that I believe that what we see ourselves as, or how we see ourselves, is really our identity. And to me, identity is a very simple definition. Identity is just really accumulation of my thoughts, the concepts I believe I understand, and the beliefs that I have. I believe that creates my identity. And down deep inside, like all of you, down way deep inside here, when I wake up in the morning, when I go to bed, when I'm in my own individual space, I know the truth about me and the stories I'm telling myself. One of them is this cold weather is killing my voice. That is true. So I know down deep inside what my internal energy is. I know if my energy is low. I know if my energy is really high. I also know where my baseline energy or my baseline thermostat is at. My subconscious, this is where I just hover. This is where I can just be safe and where I'm hanging out okay. And I think sometimes what happens is we find ourselves going really hot. I'm really excited. I've been to this event. I've been on this call. I've heard about this new product. And wow, I'm going 100 miles an hour and my energy's up and my thermostat's running at about, double. And then subconsciously, after we get done with that conversation, we slide back into normal. We slide back into stagnant. We slide back into a quietness. And I think for me, the ability to shift that comes down to three things for me. And you may want to just jot these down. Maybe they're the same for you. Maybe they're not. I have a faith in myself where I desire to have a faith in myself and a faith in things I believe in that are really important, whether that be religiously, whether that be in my ability to interact, my ability to get up, my ability to communicate with others, my ability to believe in our company. Faith matters. The faith in things, the faith in other people. Another one that matters for me is intention. What my intentions are. What my intentions are going to be for the day. What my intentions are going to be for my life. What are my beliefs about me, and do I give myself enough credit? Do I intend to be a successful individual? Do I cut myself some slack? Do I forgive myself if I drop a ball? Do I have intentions to engage in my life? And what do those look like? They really matter. It really matters to have intentions that are driving intentions. The last one is associations. Ivan talked about this a little bit. What kind of associations do I have in my life? These three things help me with my own beliefs in my own identity. If I'm associating with the right kinds of people that are inspiring, lifting, helping grow, as Lance said it, surround yourself with really amazing people. That is a big deal. If you have relationships in your life that need to be benched, it doesn't mean you get rid of them. But if you maybe have some people that are telling you that what you're doing is crazy, or this industry is horrible, or et cetera, and I'm trying to recruit people that are negative people or people that have a lot of crap and drama going on, I might need to bench a few of those and bring into my life people that are going to help me in my closest relationships lift myself. My associations matter. And I know that all of you know that very, very well. So in bringing this all around full circle, because we don't have a lot more time today, I want to bring it back to something that was mentioned a minute ago. Leadership. Ivan mentioned that it's a kind of an overused word. It's sort of like in my industry of healthcare wellness. Everybody's kind of tired of hearing about it. They want, what does it really mean? In my mind, there's just a couple of things relevant to leading yourself and believing in yourself that matter. Can you sell yourself the big dream? What is the big dream? And is that big dream capable of including everyone you know, everyone that is in this company? How big is that dream? There's going to be people that come into this company that you may have known, or they're going to be in somebody else's team, or they're going to be in some leg somewhere. But does the dream include everyone? Does the dream of what we're doing so turn you on about this company and so turn you on about yourself that when you are in someone else's presence, you're infectious? Your association is something that they want to have. I asked the question again from the stage. Would you sponsor you? Only you know the answer to that question. Only you can look in your own mirror and say, would I do that? Would I want to be in that space? So if the dream is big enough for you, it's going to be big enough for everybody else, because everyone on this call has a whole bunch of unique gifts. and they're unique to them. And those gifts should be exploited and understood and given opportunity. And find those gifts in your teams. Find those gifts that inspire people, because all of us have basic needs. All of us have needs that are a little bit different. Some have the need for the stage. Some have the need for acceptance. Some have the need for creativity. Some have the need for they don't want consistency. They want adventure every day. I'm a little bit like that. I love the day and the adventure in it. I love the moment on this call, that this is an adventure to me. And my day is going to include some adventure stuff. My day is going to include in my recruiting, talking to some new people and interacting. I love to do it every single day. Each one of you have needs that you need to make sure that you understand about you, and turn up the energy, turn up the excitement, get out of the norm. And when you find yourself settling down to that calmness where, and it's okay to be intense and excited, but when you start getting down to that calmness, watch yourself and make sure that you don't subconsciously go to a sort of a catatonic state and you lose your passion in what it is that you have and you do. Find a way to get turned on about the things that you need. Find a way to look at your own gifts, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some opportunity. And when you look at these things, when you look at this industry, it is phenomenal. My friend who we mentioned just passed away recently in a plane crash, made $40 million and turned that into $1 billion empire. And Nathan said, if one of us can do it, all of us, two of us can do it, five of us, 500, 5,000. He believed it. He made it work. Lots of people have done that. He's not the only story that has taken this to millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. You got to be able to believe in your industry. You got to be able to believe in your company. The systems we have are starting to work. You heard phenomenal stories from Angel and Carrie on the stage during our event about how the Angel from a small community, 1,600 people, I think it is, has made tons of money on the internet. And it's extraordinary how many systems and opportunities there are. Fantastic and wonderful stuff. Last but not least, believe in you. Where is your excitement today? Take this call, find a couple of new people, a couple of new messages, and really turn your energy up and see what happens. And as that happens, begin to surround your team and other people with that same infectious energy, and it'll change your entire career inside this industry. So, Lance, team, Ivan, thank you. It's so fun to be here, and I am grateful. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to wrap it up. I think if Lance is in a breakfast meeting, I'll bring it around full circle and say thank you. And I think, Angel, you're probably in charge of our recording, so I'll sign off. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Welcome, William, Pam, Chester.
Thank you, guys.